Alright, so golf is tough. There's no getting around it. Some days a round of golf can seem a Herculean challenge where every shot could go horribly wrong. But some situations on the golf course demand an extra degree of skill and or self-belief. Here we take a look at 10 of the hardest shots in golf. Enjoy. The first tee shot. It doesn't matter how well you've prepared, how mentally ready you are, or how many balls you've hit into the nets. You have no idea how hard your day is going to pan out until you strike that tee shot on the first. This is the blow that will set the tone for the day. Whatever course you're playing on, in whatever event, the first tee shot is a mental hurdle that you want to hurdle over rather than stumble into. Alright, so ask tour pros what the most difficult shot in the game is, and many will answer the mid-length to long bunker shot. Give them a greenside splash shot from the trap and they'll get up and down a high percentage of the time. But put them 50 yards out and it's a different story. If it's hard for them, it should be quite clear how difficult it is for us. This is a shot that requires absolute precision in terms of the strike. Slightly heavy and the ball will come up woefully short. Slightly thin and the ball will go flying through the green and inevitably into more trouble. If you get it right, you'll be a legend of your own tee time. The flop shot from a bare lie. As you wander to where your slightly misjudged approach shot has finished, a feeling of panic suddenly grips you. You look at your ball and analyze the lie. It's sitting on a piece of ground that could only be described as baked mud. Oh no, you think. It's gonna be very difficult to catch it cleanly from there. The situation looks bleak, but things take a turn for the even worse when you look at what's between you and the hole. 5 yards ahead is a gaping bunker with the pin sitting just over the top of it. Could somebody please provide me with a brown paper bag, please? The long iron shot into the wind. When it's gusting straight at you and you've got a 4-iron in your hand, you're about to find out just how well you are at hitting it. Playing down breeze, you've gotten away with a few iffy strikes. You know the old moniker, when it's breezy, swing it easy. But it's just so hard to adhere to that when you're battling into the teeth. It feels you have to throw the kitchen sink at it to get it onto the green. This shot requires a combination of physical prowess and mental control. The pitch from thick rough to a downward sloping green. Just through the back of the surface, you find your ball in a lie so tangled that it looks as though a crow has mistaken your Titleist for an egg and built a wee nest for it. The pin is just 5 yards on from where you are and on a downslope. Your only option is to throw open the face and swing aggressively. You'll have to go under the ball perfectly to throw it up near vertically and get it to land as softly as a mote of dust touching down on a bud of cotton wool. Go too far under it and you'll leave the ball exactly where it is. Catch too much of it or allow the face to turn in and you'll be 50 yards across the other side of the putting surface. The drive through an avenue of trees. Alright, so there's no option here. It simply must go straight, with no bailout on either side. Those who tend to be a touch errant with the longer clubs are facing a serious challenge. The side of encroaching trouble on either side can set the pulse racing and lead you to make a defensive swing, trying to guide it down the narrow corridor. Tightening up like this will generally make it more likely for you to stray into the woods, but trusting yourself to make a free and full swing is incredibly difficult. The 4-foot putt to make the buffer zone. For some players, every putt is difficult, but this one is the most challenging of all for amateur players. Make this and the day will be saved. I think it's pretty straight. No, wait. Maybe it moves a little from the right. The next iron shot after a shank. Please, 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 please don't let it happen again. The carry over trouble. If you don't catch this right, it's death. Between you and safety lies water, or worse, the sea, a canyon, whatever, but you only have one option, to make a decent contact and fly the trouble. With nothing to fear, you'll achieve a reasonably enough strike 9 out of 10 times. But with the threat of imminent doom to your precious white orb, the odds of failure are greatly shortened. Second, go at chipping pitching over a water hazard. Okay, so you thought your approach was spot on, but it fell just 2 yards short and tumbled back into a water hazard. You pulled it out and dropped, thinking you now needed a deft pitch to perhaps save a bogey. You got a little cute, caught the ball a touch heavy and plopped it straight back into the water. You've now retrieved it and have dropped it again. It's now up and down for a triple bogey. You don't want to dunk it again, but there's a bunker just through the back. Someone please help me, please!